And lots of people out enjoying the weather here at Red Rock. Beautiful. Anyway, what's going on? Well, don't have my smiley face there. Got my gasping face because we're down to 23 days of inventory. Oh my gosh. And you all didn't do many listings yesterday. You only did 53, and then you sold or put 98 under contract and closed 90. So those factors caused the inventory to go down. And we have still maintaining we're doing about 123 closings a day. And of course, that'll change when we get closer by next Friday. Good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning. So I think in July, we were doing like 139 or something like that, or 140, because the average is 139. So we'll probably get back up there, I would suspect, because you all are rocking and rolling here. Of the single family homes that were listed yesterday, only 18 were under 400,000. And that gives us a total of 849 homes now that are under 400,000. And yesterday there were 873. So that means a lot of those things that went under contract were under 400,000. So putting everything in perspective for everybody. So let's get started today. Ta-da. Oh, one thing I wanted to show y'all yesterday, but I didn't think it came on the screen very clear. If you look at the active listings, I did a historic count of active listings by month or by year, and then by month within the year. So can you believe in 2011 we had 18,000 available listings in December. Then in 2012, almost 11,000. It hung in there until 2015, and it started to go down. And let me get myself out of here for a second. Then, you can't see. There we go. Anyway, now look at this. We're in the 3,000 and 4,000 range. So we've never seen, these are historic lows of active inventory. And we'll see what August brings, because now we're back down. July, we went up a little bit in the days of available inventory. So that's probably going to change. Alrighty, so let's hide that. And to that point, let's look at this. So here's some top listing sources that you all need to think about. Getting on the phone, do some direct mail, text your past clients, but get in touch with your past clients and see if what would be their crazy price they would sell for. And I love that. What would be your crazy price you would sell for? I mean, that's just kind of like a light, but perhaps becomes a serious question, because maybe when you do make that phone call, you tell them what their available inventory, their house would sell for in this sizzling market. And then your database, call your database and ask them that question. Email them. And your geographic farm, you should be able to tell every one of them what their house is going to sell for if they're interested in listing. And then your agent to agent referrals, you should, definitely reach out to see if any of your agents that you're friends with or know in California have people that own homes here. And I hear somebody. I hear somebody. Hi, Jimmy. Jimmy's here. Yay. Hi, Jimmy.
I'm being real quiet. How can you hear me?
I heard that mouse. So good to see you. I was just telling, we're down to 23 days of inventory. Yo. And so I'm telling everybody, here's some top listing sources that they can email, text, call, get in touch with, do pop buys, especially in your geographic farm. And then agent to agent. I know that, if you start with Facebook or LinkedIn and reach out to agents that are in California, they may have people that have homes here because they left California several years ago that might want to list them now because they've got equity. So anyway, there's so many sources. Expired listings. Now, there's not a lot of people that work those, but the people that do really have the corner on the market, because what a targeted group of people. And probably people aren't maybe telling them, their agent didn't tell them how much they could really get their house for, and so on and so forth. Who knows why it expired? But I'm amazed that more people don't work expireds. And then we have open house leads and converting Zillow or Trullia or Realtor leads. And then we have FSBOs, not a lot of FSBOs. And then we have relocation. I don't know, honey. I don't know. Say goodbye. Goodbye, John. John's off to an appointment. And then the just listed and just sold, the marketing sign and what have you. And then the pay-per-click advertising. But anyway, there's some sources that people can reach out to get some listings. There's Gracie again. Oh, hi, Gracie. Good to see you. Good to see you. Do you have anything to add to that?
Well, I think that just listed and just sold, there's when one sign goes up, then another sign goes up. The numbers are compelling. Even if it's not your listing, you don't have to say, I just listed. Say, your neighbors at so-and-so just listed their house. And it's not even my listing, but I know what's going to happen. It's going to bring a lot of activity in your neighborhood. And if you're ever thinking about selling, this might be the time to put your home on the market. Now you can list it with the same guy that listed that one, but then they don't know which one to sell. If you list it with me, I don't have any listings in your neighborhood. I'd be the guy to list it with.
Yeah.
But just reaching out to those people were just listed. I mean, the odds are very high that another house is going to go on the market. I forget the numbers, but it's really high. Yeah.
And with Remind, if you use the Remind system or the Vulcan7.com, and you can get people's phone numbers, emails, information like you never could before. So, I mean, there's no real reason not to reach out to people unless you're just plain lazy or don't need the money.
And how many phone calls have you had in the last 6 months for like that, Ruthie? People have listed their house around you. Has anybody called you and said this? This is like an untapped source. Nobody's doing this. Nobody. And that's what you want to do, is what nobody else is doing. Good morning, exactly. Tammy. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. So I was going to talk today, Jimmy, about the just solds. People, you can do just solds. And a lot of people do that. Let me put this down and put this up. So there's this just sold campaign, right? Everybody, when you sell a house, you send out the just sold. So this particular show is going to be what you can do instead of saying just sold. And so what I'm going to talk about, and I really welcome any remarks you have, are the case studies. So, oops, went the wrong way, of course. Here. So what this person did with this postcard is they said prep and marketing in 4 weeks. And they basically are saying, this is what I did 4 weeks before I listed the house that just sold. I did miscellaneous repairs throughout the home. Hi, Diane. Hi. Great advice, Jimmy. Yeah. Diane is giving you a shout out. Hey, great. Hey.
And painted the entire interior a light and bright off-white color. Replaced the older worn carpet with brand new light beige, or now it might be light gray. Interior designers staged the home to show like a perfect model home. Professional photography, custom 4-page color flyers, custom website and targeted paid Instagram and Facebook social media marketing, direct mail campaign, aggressively priced strategy to maximize home exposure. So instead of sending out the just sold, you're saying, here's what I did to sell the house. And I think this is like really a hot marketing tip, don't you?
I do. It's an excellent piece. And we think that we go to work when it goes on the market. All this stuff is before it even hits the market. And you might actually, when you're over there painting, one of the neighbors might come over. Hey, are you guys selling this house? Or hit the neighbors. Say, look, we're going to put it on the market. You're going to compete with 15,000 agents unless you want to get there ahead of them. I'm going to put it on the market. Pre-marketing.
Yes, absolutely. And then on the same postcard, you say sold 6 offers in 5 days. And I mean, today, this is the time that you want to do these things. So the results of this particular campaign, over 70 people through our open house, 5,000 views on Zillow, Trullia, and Realtor.com. Redfin Design Hot Home. Over 35 private showings in less than a week. 6 offers received within 3 days and sold for a record price in 5 days. So, I mean, this is, again, excellent marketing on one. This is a big postcard, of course, but still, you're really putting it out there, what you can do. And now when people are thinking of selling their home because they have so much equity, this is just a fantastic campaign, I believe. And tell the results. And this is happening. And then at the bottom
I would just
of the
add
card,
on that postcard,
sure.
Ruthie,
Yes.
Ruthie, can you go back to that postcard? Where it says results, I would put in there, we get results.
Yes.
Because these are the results. But
exactly.
who got those results? It just says results.
Yes.
And I would take ownership of that. We get results. Because
Yes.
I want an agent that gets results. We get results.
Exactly. So on the left-hand side of the card is the prep and marketing that you did, and then your results. And then down here, this is hard to read. So I reworded this because I didn't, like you just reworded that. I thought of a better thing to say at the bottom. And now where did it go? Da, da, da. Hold, please. Huh. It went away. Darn it. I just had it up there. Anyway, what I said is, oh, I know it's because it's here. Da, da, da. Okay. What I said, a home is worth what a buyer is willing to pay. The wrong agent and the wrong strategy could cost you thousands. Let me know what your I'd be crazy not to sell price. If you're interested in selling while the market is sizzling, call or text me that your neighborhood expert. And I changed what he said. First of all, the postcard's hard to read down there, that red part. And I think he's too wordy, so I shortened the words a little bit. And I do title case. And title case is when you capitalize the first letter of every word. Let's go back. See, he didn't do that here, which I would have done. So here's the title case. See, the first letter of every word is capitalized. And that's an old newspaper trick because it draws the person to the next word. And it works. And I think, the wrong agent and the wrong strategy could cost you thousands. Let me know what your I'd be crazy not to sell price. Now, he didn't put that in there. I put that in there. And I formatted it better, and I put it on a white background instead of he had it on a red background, which was very hard to read here. And then the other thing, Jimmy, that he does over here is he puts, see what others are saying, and he puts a testimonial. And what better testimonial than the seller that you just sold the house for? And how timely is that?
Right.
So this is my case study versus just sold. So instead of just sending out a just sold card, come up with something like this. And it doesn't take but maybe 20 minutes to do this because you already know what preparation you did, you know what results you got, and you got your testimonial. So it's really, I think this is a great idea.
Yeah, I like calling it a case study. You have my interest all of a sudden. Just sold. Oh, okay, I know about it. Oh, there's a case study. Let me find out what they did.
Yeah, it's the name is a grabber as well. Yes,
yeah.
As well. Anything to offer on people in the market today, or anything you have today, Jimmy?
Well, I like postcards because they get them and they don't have to open anything. They get the postcards right there. You can use different colors. The photo on the postcard is good. It's a good photo.
Yes. Yeah. And that's important, extremely important. Yeah. So let's see. I don't know if you were here. Let me get rid of this. And if you saw this, there's the 23 days. And we only listed 51 homes and condos and townhomes yesterday, which is an extremely low number. And then we put 90 under contract and 102 closed. So any comments about that? Because I'm out of material today.
Oh, well, we talked about yesterday, I was going to mention when somebody wants to sell their house, what are they looking for in their real estate professional? And I think the number one thing they're looking for is evidence of your success said by someone else, testimonials. So here's what Ruthie just said. Here's what John just said. Here's what, Diana just said about whatever. When you have success and it's somebody else that's blowing your horn, or tooting your horn, or whatever you want to call it, it's more credible for the person. They want to hire somebody good. And we know sellers, 40% come from referrals, 40%. So is there a way for me to showcase my clients and say, you know what, thank you so much, Ruthie and John, for letting me help you in the sale of your home, sold in 4 days, you kept the house so nice, or whatever, and some kind of a nice thank you note to you. And I say, look, can I send this out to your neighborhood? I don't want to send it out till the deal's closed, because while we're under contract, it could make us a target. So that just sold thing, just closed, I'd rather see just closed than just sold. Unless you talk to your sellers and say, look, would you like to see if we can get a backup offer? Then maybe, you almost missed it. Put in a backup offer in this house. Sometimes transactions don't close. You'll be first in line if you put in a backup. Call me to put in a backup. Nobody says that. Nobody's.
No.
Your message is different. Let's put in a backup offer. And if they put in a backup offer, they don't get it. So what? Now you have a buyer.
That's the key
about
there.
Supply and demand briefly the other day, and you're showing me the supply keeps dwindling. The supply keeps dwindling. And then you talked about people market properties, and Frank Burke told us that, what did he say, that Open Door was buying 15 a day?
Yeah, off the market. Mm-hmm.
Is that what he said?
Yeah,
that's 450 homes a month, just that one buyer.
Yeah, and I heard on one of my mentors said that the big buyers out there are buying, they're looking to control 1/3 of the market. That's a big number. And I mean, now,
and somebody asked us the other day,
15%.
And that's the 15% that we can see. We don't know what they're buying that's off market. If they're buying another 15 a day off market, that's 450 a month. That's 5% of the market right there. That's another 5%. So they got 15% that we see and 5% we don't. They're getting 20%. And so somebody asked us the other day, how do we compete with Zillow? And you told them it was relationships. You have to have a strong enough relationship where they call you and say, look, I'm thinking of calling Zillow. I'm thinking of calling Redfin. I'm thinking, why don't you come over and talk to me about what my options are? Maybe we should send out something to our clients, say, look, I understand you have options. We have, obviously, I hope I'm your first choice, but your second choice might be Zillow or Redfin, because those people they're paying a lot of money for houses and they're in the market. I can't ignore them.
Well, we have that app. We have that app called Remine, REMINE. You can go on Remine and you can find all the 2-story homes that people have lived in for 20 years, 15 years, and don't have a mortgage. And those are really hot targets. Those people probably want to downsize. They probably want a single story, and they have no mortgage. So, they can just get all that equity and buy, whatever they want. And a single story, because
that's a really good piece of advice, because it's very specifically targeted.
Yes. Yeah. And I love that application, Remine. You can do so many things. And the other thing is, like right now, these investors are looking for single family homes and townhomes and condos. However, you can go on Remine and find the triplexes, the duplexes, the fourplexes, and see how long those people have owned those. And I think my message to those people would be, are you tired of fixing toilets, painting, recarpeting? Let's sell this puppy and buy a commercial piece of property. You know what I'm saying?
That would be good. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
Time to move up in the world.
Yeah, Annetta should be all over that, because Annetta can do commercial. Annetta can do just about anything. I don't know why her thing won't come up here. There she is. Annetta can do all those things. And if you go after that market, it might need some fixing up, because, if they've had that for 10 or 20 years, right? If the owner's had it for a long time, it probably does need some cosmetic attention. But, that's something you can handle for the owner. And people are just not going after that market. What are your thoughts?
I wonder if we shouldn't have a buyer seminar and say the 3 challenges buyers face in this market: competition, by the cash buyers or whatever, getting there first. Somehow, how do I get there first? Well, my agent works in a neighborhood that I like before they come on the market. My agent's getting there first. So maybe a 3-point seminar, potential buyers or people thinking about getting in the market, come to this free information seminar, 45 minutes, you'll be out the door or whatever. And I know there's restaurants that would be happy to host you in their meeting room, and you could just have people stay after and buy a cocktail or whatever. That might be a way to reach out to some buyers. And we have a lot of knowledge that buyers actually want. They want to do their research before they get in and start making offers. So some people will come to a seminar like that.
Yes. And what I just said about targeting, like targeting something specific, if you have buyers that have these needs, they want a 2-story home, they want it in a particular neighborhood, go into Remine and find what people are owning in that neighborhood with a 2-story or 1-story, whatever it is you're looking for, and go directly to them. And I don't know why people don't do that more. I mean, obviously, Frank says that the iBuyer platforms are doing it.
Yeah, they're trying to get in front of it. Right. I think I shared with you this story. One of my agents went out on a marketing consultation, and the guy said, "Look, you better give me a good reason why I should list with you. I got like 3 other appointments right after you." And the agent said, this guy was a top agent. He says, "Well, I have 41 buyers I'm working with right now. I might be able to sell the house right away." And the guy said, "I don't believe you." And the agent said, "Well, I have a list." And the guy said, "Let me see it." So he pulled it out. He had a list of 41 buyers that he was working with. Now, I don't have 41 buyers, but you have 2, and John has 1, and I've got 3, and Diana's got 4. And the next thing you know, I have a list of 41 buyers that we are working with. And the guy signed the listing. That was the entire presentation. "Why should I hire you? I've got 41 buyers. I don't believe you. Here's my list." Boom, done.
Yes. Yeah.
So if I could do a seminar and I pick up a bunch of buyers and I made a list, or I went to a CE class at Ruthie Rocks at Agent Formula, and I just went around the room. "Look, give me the first name and the criteria of your best buyer. Just the first name. Just, this is Ruthie, and she's buying an 850 house. This is Diana, she's buying a $600,000 house. This is Annetta, she wants $1.4 million." If I just had a list of that, just first names, that's convincing.
Yes.
Evidence.
Yeah.
Evidence.
Right. Yeah. And 100%. Diana says yes. I mean, all these things, and there's so many ways to make money in this business, to be more successful and you need to be around successful people. You need to feel like you have competition. I think that ignites our energy.
Well, and you and I watch, you give CE classes 4, 5, 6 times a month. How many times have you seen an agent bring a flyer in on their listing? And how many times have you seen an agent work the room and say, "Look, tell me about your best buyer. Just give me your best one. Just first names. I'm not going to call them. I just need to make a list of buyers. So maybe I can find the listing, little man. Maybe we could make some money together. If you tell me about your best buyer and I go out and find the listing, hey, I'd love to do a transaction with you. I've taught at your place 3 or 4 times a month for the last year, and I haven't seen anybody do that. Not one single person. Have you?"
No. I think we've encouraged people. We've asked them the question, and then they go, "Oh yeah, I have a buyer," or "Oh yeah, I have a listing." But they don't think about that. Guess who buys our houses? Guess who has the buyers of our houses? Other agents, right? And we're with other agents. And I mean, we have between 20 and 40, sometimes 60 agents, include when you count the Zoomers. And surely there's an agent there that has a listing coming up, or someone has a buyer for your listing. I mean, it just seems like I think it's so obvious we don't do it. I think you and I need to maybe stir that pot a little bit.
Well, we got to encourage them to get there early, network a little bit, find out who's got a listing, who's got a buyer. Maybe you can make some money off this somehow or other. Yes, we have to get the message out. We've got to coach them and push them and nudge them and get them in that direction. Because if they did a sale because they went to a class at Agent Formula, they'd come to more classes at Agent Formula. I went there and they encouraged us to talk to each other, and I worked through them and actually found the listing that was coming on the market. My buyer got a house. We lost 3. Now we got one. It's all Ruthie's fault.
Yeah, right, and Jimmy's fault. Absolutely. Yeah, networking is everything. And just like one other little tip, since we're just bantering a little bit today, I love it when you tell people to take the negotiation class that the Women's Council sponsors and take it in California and network with those California agents. I mean, that's a gold mine.
Or if it's the winter, Ruthie, I would say go to New York in the winter when it's cold and snowy out there. And if you hit there just after a storm or just before a storm, you got agents in that room that are thinking, not only do I want my clients to get something in Vegas, I might want something in Vegas myself.
There you go.
If they buy something in Vegas, they're going to bring 5 people with them.
That's how we grew this town. That's how we grew this town. Yep. I had somebody comment the other day on my YouTube that said, what did they say? Oh, people live here for 3 or 4 years and then they move because it's too, darn hot. And I didn't, I'm going to go back and give him some information that in 1987, there were 350,000 people here. Now there's 2 million. They didn't all leave.
Yeah. I'm curious, what is your show about tomorrow? You got Max tomorrow?
Actually, Max and Jack's going to talk about his cybersecurity class. That's on Monday.
Okay.
Yes.
And he just got his designation changed from ethics to risk reduction, right?
Not yet. I haven't seen that in writing yet.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he did. Aha! Good. I know something you don't know.
I love that.
Yeah,
cool.
he just got the letter yesterday. Now I stole the poor guy's thunder, but yeah, it's a risk reduction class now you're offering.
Cool. That's amazing. And I guess it hits all the points for the risk reduction. Yes. And you and I are going to put one together that includes property management. And remember, we were going to do that.
Yeah, I'm ready to work on it. The only way you can get me to do that is if I come to your office and we sit down together. Otherwise, I won't get to it. So next time I see you, we'll carve out some time and we'll sit together and we'll get it done. Yes,
we're going to do that. Yes, because that's October 1st is coming around the corner. Yes, and
yes, it is.
Well, we're all ready for ethics on Monday, and then we have on Thursday, we have the what is it? Can you see it? Recent changes to Nevada law, and that's the class that you teach, that you're going to teach again. Last month you taught it.
That the LVR loaned us. No, it's actually Key Realty School loaned us that class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Michael did. Yes, he's so cool. And then on Friday, you're going to teach your ethics. Did you cross the line?
Okay,
now,
I'll be ready.
Do you want to teach that ethics class, or didn't you do a new ethics class? Don't we have a new one?
Well, we have one, ethics. What do you think? And that's newer, so less people have taken it. But did you cross the line? They're both good. They're both good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know. And you always update them, so they're always relevant to the market and what's going on in our industry. So that keeps it fresh. So
there's always stuff going on. You're right.
Yeah, and you always change things, and I always add things. And we usually disagree on a lot of things, which I love.
Yeah. You're hard to get along with. What can I say? And you would disagree with that. I'm easy to get along with.
I'm older than you. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Well, Jimmy, what do you have planned for today?
I'm actually teaching a class at LVR this afternoon. So I'll be teaching there and seeing what kind of response they get. It's on agency. So we'll see.
Yeah, cool.
But this weekend I'm at Key.
And I'm taking some courses live streaming, and I told you that Michael thinks that Bills are going to continue to do live streaming because he's changed all his classes on his website to live streaming.
Gosh, something I was going to tell you that was important. You had a Google class yesterday.
And Hannah
showed up.
Google
business page class yesterday.
Yes. I can't hear you, Jimmy. Hello. Jimmy froze. We have a frozen Jimmy. Jimmy froze. Yes, we had the Google business class, and one of Jimmy's agents showed up, Hannah, to set up Jimmy's Google business page, which is really cool. And I don't know why you froze, but I don't think I can do anything to bring you back. Goodbye, Jimmy. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Tomorrow morning, Jack will be on with Max about cybersecurity, foil the hackers, and that's our class for Monday. And you'll see Jack gets more into the what's going on in that world, because there's more hackers now, especially after the pandemic shutdown. So people just went in, and there I lost them. Anyway, we'll see you all tomorrow. I love everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Thanks for all your comments. I love it. Good morning, Frank. And you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. And I will see you tomorrow or Monday.